Right before we get started, it is important for you to be aware that Link2's platform is home to both Circle and Ripple private equity. You may find out more about my sponsor, Link2, by going to linkto.com. After watching this movie, you might be one of the people that breaks down their doors. If you are able to locate them, you may also be able to purchase your tickets through the website xrplusvegas.com. There are no more VIP passes available. Unfortunately, the only tickets that are still available are for general admission. In the following paragraphs, I will explain why I believe the rush to acquire these tickets will start today. This is the location where Ripple intends to launch a stable coin that is linked to the dollar in the United States. Now that this has been published, it has been a huge success this morning, and I am going to go read that article about the coin desk. When people read Cliff Notes, it makes me very happy. Whenever I was a child, I would do it. Reading a book was a terrible experience for me. Even now, I despise it. Despite the fact that I spend a lot of time reading online, if I sit down to read a book, I always opt to listen to it. As a result, when someone such as this individual who highlights everything in yellow and provides me with the Cliff Notes announces that they are going to deliver something later this year, it will be completely guaranteed by US dollar deposits, which are short-term bonds issued by the United States government. Initially, it will be compatible with the Ethereum blockchain as well as the XRP Ledger cryptocurrency. It is going to be built on the RC20 token standard that Ethereum uses. The new stablecoin, according to Schwartz, has the potential to assist in reviving the decentralized financial environment that is associated with the XRP Ledger. In comparison to other chains, the XRP Ledger utilizes its decentralized exchange to a lesser extent than other chains. Every month, we are going to conduct public audits, and ideally, they will be conducted by a reputable accounting firm. The statement made by Schwartz was, and we'll tell you more about that later, hello everyone, do you have any idea what goes through my mind whenever I come across this during the monthly public audit? Over and over again, we hear people expressing their dissatisfaction with the skeptics, saying things like, oh, Ripples, they're just selling their XRP, they are causing everyone to feel inferior. Nevertheless, this stablecoin can be brought into existence with the simple push of a button. Am I making a mistake here? What would be the reason for you to sell any XRP if that is the case? Not at all, you wouldn't do it. Businesses and financial institutions are the primary users of Ripple's coin, according to the chief technology officer of the company, who stated that this is the case. Let me tell you people, this is becoming more and more intriguing. On CNBC, this is one of the titles that can be found. It intends to compete with Tether Circle in the stablecoin industry, which is estimated to be worth $150 billion US dollars. I am curious as to whether or not Tether will be eliminated at some time in the future. Being offshore indicates that it is not under the authority of any government. Was there a sample version of Tether? I have a question for you to consider, until the older boys were prepared to take over. The tweet that Ripple sent out regarding it may be found here. There are stablecoin markets that are currently worth approximately $150 billion every month, and it is anticipated that they will be worth more than $2.8 trillion by the year 2028. Imagine that there is $2.8 trillion floating about in these safe coins. It is obvious that people want them. Undoubtedly, individuals are looking for trust, security, and usefulness in their lives. Therefore, at the end of the year, we will launch a stablecoin that is linked to one USD and will be based on the XRP Ledger as well as Ethereum. Aside from that, I failed to mention that my wife is currently present in the room. When I am performing this show, she does not typically sit in the room with me. Could you just say hi to me? Well, how are you today? Are there any more things that you intend to say? If this is the case, I would appreciate it if you could share your thoughts with the audience regarding the news that your spouse will be included in the new trailer for the documentary XRP Unleashed, which will be released tomorrow. Despite the fact that it is difficult for me to believe, I am extremely thrilled and proud of you. I see then. What if you think it's not to your liking? However, I won't say that I won't do it. All right, I see then. To continue, let's return to the news regarding stable currencies. All right, what happened to me? By making this move, Ripple expands its reach into the worlds of both the institutional and DeFi communities. It is completely guaranteed by deposits in US dollars, bonds issued by the government, and alternate forms of currency. Through the use of monthly audits conducted by a third party, Ripple ensures transparency, which in turn fosters confidence and dependability. A known enterprise-grade stablecoin will be added to the XRP Ledger, which will result in the creation of additional use cases and liquidity. One of the most important entries for DeFi is stablecoin. Liquidity and opportunities for both users and creators are the two words that come to mind if you are just able to devote a single word to writing today. The future of cryptocurrency is multi-chain. As we are well aware, this is the way of the future. All right. After that, Brad Garlinghouse took action and introduced a stablecoin as the next step for Ripple to take in order to go on with the process of connecting traditional banking with cryptocurrency. When it comes to leaving a legal imprint on things, we have years of experience of doing so. Without a doubt, yes, the implications of the regulations. Is that a sign that the case is finally over? I can't say for sure. We will be able to provide practically global repayment coverage for XRP in our future stablecoin if we have a robust balance sheet, and this will make it possible for us to provide the finest possible crypto-enabled payment options. Following that, David Schwartz asserts that XRP is a USD secure coin of superior grade. Both consumers and developers will find themselves in a different position as a result of the AM and Yale's decentralized exchange. Issued currencies, auto bridging that uses XRP as the primary currency to facilitate trades between other assets, and issued currencies are some of the features that will be included in it. This tweet that Brad Garlinghouse sent out earlier this year is something that you should remember. After that, LFG 2022 is going to do a lot of things. Indeed, it appears that he was correct. When that happened, the market began to really take off. To be honest, I haven't looked at it in quite some time, but the market has responded well to this, as it ought to have. Additionally, I mentioned that the market appears to be pleased with the news on the Ripple Secure coin. Why are you inquiring about this? We have been sitting here for years and have witnessed Tether pumping Bitcoin. Are you serious? Bitcoin suddenly goes through a period of extreme volatility when Tether is printed. This is something that we have witnessed years ago. In spite of all these years, the Tether has always appeared to me to be quite murky and lacking in credibility. For as long as I can remember, I've been under the impression that it was a prototype that was managed by the government and that it was required to be tested in the wild for a period of several years. There is no better location to do it than out at sea. The point that Luke Thomas makes is valid. Ripple filed a lawsuit against the SEC, but did they reach a settlement? Because in my opinion, the launch of this stablecoin won't take place until the massive sales of XRP have been completed. I agree with him on this point. Additionally, Brad Garlinghouse makes a valid point in this previously released movie. In the past, Ripple has always worked along with regulatory agencies. Additionally, in order to conduct business, we have worked together with regulated institutions such as banks, where the laws are rather consistent. One of the reasons that we have found that XRP has proven to be so financially successful is the fact that people are beginning to say things like, hey, wait a minute, back to your question, is XRP the next Bitcoin? This is one of the reasons that we have discovered. This is one of the many causes that we have found, and it is one of the contributing factors. I would like to respond to your inquiry by stating that there is a possibility that XRP will become the second largest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin. For the purpose of responding to your query, this is being communicated. In the case that we are able to collaborate with the system in order to discover a solution to this problem, and if we are successful in doing so on a large scale, there is a great amount of value that can be generated when it comes to XRP. This problem could end up costing trillions of dollars, which is one of the potential ramifications of this issue. There is a possibility that this problem could end up costing trillions of dollars. In the event that one is successful, it is feasible to amass wealth that is equivalent to trillions of dollars. Were there any topics that they discussed in the tweet that Ripple disseminated to the general public? After I have reached this point, I will take some time to reflect on the things that I have learned, certainly at this very instant in time, at this very moment. According to forecasts, the stablecoin market is anticipated to reach levels that are larger than $2.8 trillion faster rather than later. This is predicted to occur sooner rather than taking into account the activities that Ripple would take in the event that they were to be fortunate enough to get just $500 billion in their stable coin from that trillion is an important issue to take into account. Are you of the opinion that it would be advantageous to have a bridge that automatically permits access to XRP technology? This question is directed toward you. Give me your thoughts on the issue that you are discussing. I am of the opinion that this is the situation that exists. As a result of the fact that there were a considerable number of them in this particular location, I arrived at the conclusion that it would be most advantageous for me to remove this question mark when I had a considerable number of that. The first thing to mention is that there is one of them. The question that needs to be answered is, what name will it be termed according to? The statement that the question that I had was only one of many questions that I had regarding the topic is a more accurate description of the situation. My mind was filled with other questions that were similar to this one, and I was struggling to find the answers. A few of those questions are presented here. To what extent will it initially be made accessible to the general public via a variety of platforms as a result of the fact that they were the first persons or corporations to tweet about it? Uphold is the one who should be given credit for this. It's because of this, you are the one who is being questioned. Due to the fact that Uphold tweeted with this information before Ripple did, I feel that they had a portion of it in their possession. Uphold tweeted it before Ripple did, which is why this is the case. Taking into account the fact that this is the situation, I have a strong suspicion